Hey, what's up, Facebook? Hey, what's going on, Periscope? We are dual streaming right now, and basically, I'm in the hustle right now, and I'm going to show you a quick tip that I use to get sponsors for the projects and the things that we do. So I am on the grind right now, and I'm getting ready to show you something called LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Hey, Catherine on Facebook, good to see you. Hey, Joy and Daryl Brooks and Cheryl's World and Winzel on Periscope. I got both streams going on at the same time. We got Facebook Live as well as Periscope going at the same time. And I'm going to attempt to try to show you guys a couple of quick tips. Yes, Picture Spitter. I get a lot of rest and relaxation when I can, and that's one of the beauties of being employed by yourself. And running your own company is that you get to kind of pick and choose some of that flexibility. So right now I'm having a little bit of Tito's and tonic, although this says Grey Goose. It's really Tito's and tonic in here. Little Tito's and tonic while I'm doing a little bit of late night work because the wife is all into TGIT, you know, Grey's Anatomy and all of that stuff, Olivia Pope and all that good stuff. Marshawn on Facebook Live, what's up? James Oliver is in the house. Hey, man, now that I know you're around, we might be able to actually get your other thing in. Dave Anderson is here. Valerie, Eduardo, what's up? Everybody on Facebook Live. Guy Jazzy, Iguera's on both Facebook Live and Periscope. That's crazy. Fabrice is on Periscope. All right, so I'm going to show you guys a little tip, and then you guys can ask any questions that you want. Basically, as many of you know, we are in the middle of we are about to launch this. We are about to launch this. And this is going to be probably the biggest launch that we have probably ever done in our company. We've done a lot of product launches. We've done a lot of big things, but this is probably the biggest product launch that we've done thus far. This URL does not work, so don't even try. The URL does not work. It's password protected. You guys are seeing a first look at the site before the site goes live. I'm not going to show you the full site, but basically what you're seeing is a snippet of the coming talk show website. So we have a page that's basically here for viewers to learn all about the show, and then for them to give us a little bit of information so that we can follow up with them when the show goes live, give them behind the scenes access, all of that stuff. So all of this is about to be released in about 4 days. Like you can still see we got to determine, are we going to buy this image or not? And we've chosen to not buy this particular image. So we're not going to pay for the licensing for that. So you can see we're still in development mode on the site, but it's almost done. It's almost done. It's almost done. So the countdown is real, Joy the Lit Diva. It is real. So what I want to show you guys, now that you know, like, we are working on a big project to get sponsors. We have a separate microsite for sponsors. This is the sponsors view. When they learn about the show, they come to this particular page, they see this animation, and then they can hit a play button that'll tell them more about the show. And then we break down all the different ways that they can be engaged, all the different sponsorship opportunities that are available to them. So I've built our company, we've built our company off of sponsorships. A lot of things today where there are a lot of coaches and a lot of master classes, and all that's well and good, don't get me wrong, but a lot of that's people are building their businesses off of individuals, and that's great too. I just think that people are missing a major opportunity to also find another way to generate revenue for their business is through sponsorships. So we are right now about to start approaching brands, like big name brands. Let me see if I can show you guys a little bit of this. This is the official media kit. So this is the official media kit that's going to be going out. We should be able to invite here. Yes, Tiffany, I agree. Facebook Live needs to get with that, and they probably will. So this is the official media kit, and I'm just giving you a quick little glance at what the official media kit looks like. So we got 4 different ways that people can get involved: brand awareness, conversions, inspire, and thought leadership. It all depends on where your company is and what type of exposure you're looking to get. So the point is, we're about to start hitting the street with this type of media kit. And that means we're going to start pitching this to sponsors. These are all the different segments that are in the show that you're seeing here. This is the distribution slide, the reach that we're going to have on all the different ways: social, display, video on demand, mobile, email, live stream, all the different ways that we're going to reach our viewers. We got a demographic slide. And then we have what we call audience personas, where we break out what audience members will be like, so brands can understand who they're potentially reaching. I'm more than just a tech expert, Patrick. We are more than just one dimension. So most people have at least 3 or 4 things going on about them that they're really strong at. So this is the platinum sponsorship package. As you can see, that's going to be $200K. So there's only a certain amount of people that we can go to the market with that can afford that type of sponsorship. Obviously, there are other sponsorship packages. You know, we have the 125, and then we have down to 50K, where there's 3 advertisers could potentially be in here. So, and we're still building some of this out and still finishing it. The bottom line is, we're not asking for like 5K or 10K or even 20K. We're asking for a lot of money, right? So we got to have, your kit's got to be strong, your packages have got to be on point, and everything has to be really crisp and professional for people to understand that you're serious of what you're trying to achieve. So we got all of that part done. So now it's time to start actually looking at how we're going to start approaching the selling of this. And so I want to show you guys a really important tool that I use from LinkedIn. And it is called the Sales Navigator, LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So in LinkedIn, you can do what is called a lead builder. And what this will do is help you search across LinkedIn to help you find sponsors that could, or companies or contacts for whatever it is you may be pitching, that you can connect to. Okay. So yes, Dave Anderson, best-selling author, speaker, business coach, my man and friend, radio personality, and we need to understand people are more than one-dimensional. Yes, they are. This is the problem with society. A lot of times we put people into a box too quick, and the minute they step outside of that box, or you think they're stepping outside of that box, it presents kind of a problem. And what we need to do is let people need to be thinking automatically that people are not one-dimensional, that they are multi-dimensional. You may have only experienced one dimension of that person, but everybody is multi-dimensional. So anyway, yeah, you got to start really looking at the power of LinkedIn. Hey, Melissa Perez, how are you? This is about sponsorship. I'm not still only one DJ ER on Periscope says I'm still not on LinkedIn, but I get requests every day. All right, so you got to guard your LinkedIn database. You don't want to just add anybody to your LinkedIn database. You really want to add people that you think can bring value to you. That's where a lot of people get confused about the power of LinkedIn. It's not having a bunch of people, it's having good quality people. Because what you're looking for is the separation of 6 degrees of separation. What you're using LinkedIn for is to try to find a contact or a friend of a friend of a friend that can get you to a decision maker. So if you're out here pitching products, pitching ideas, pitching anything that's got to do with your passion, and you're like, how do I find the person that could actually potentially spend money on what it is I'm doing? This is a really, really strong tool. So Periscope and Facebook Live, check out how I use it. So what you do is you go into what is called the Sales Navigator, which you can see right there. That's the Sales Navigator. And then inside of the Sales Navigator, they have something that's called Find Leads. And so what Find Leads will enable you to do is identify a ton of, let me maybe back up. Find Leads will come up with this lead builder. And so I can plug in everything from keywords to the functions, to their seniority level, the company size, the industry. I can put in titles, locations, all types of information to basically create a filter. And as you can see, I have 448 results from that. So what people don't show you is the grunt work. Like, this is serious up grunt work that I have to do right now. Like, it was grunt work to get this done. Are you kidding me? You don't even know how much work it took to even pick this logo. Just to pick that crazy logo was so much work, let alone get, rent. This is last year. We rented Rachel Ray's studio last year to shoot our pilot. This is last year. That's what I'm saying. Like, this has been 2 years in the making to get to this point. Lots of work to get here. So now that we're here, it's like, man, September 28th is the launch of this thing. And if it doesn't happen, I don't know what I'm going to be doing with my life on September 29th. And I'm being straight up serious. I have no idea. If that show doesn't happen, I'm putting everything I got into this thing. I don't know what I'm going to be doing on September 29th with my life. I'm actually going to probably take a sabbatical and go and re-figure out who Mario is. All right, so here's where the grunt work is, right? Like, you saw all of that grunt work, putting this together, putting the sales kit together. It's a ton of behind the scenes grunt work that goes down. So now that you've done all that, it's the 80-20 rule. You've done 80% of the work, but the last 20% is going to be the most significant piece. The most significant piece. So remember, I said this. Everybody, the 80-20 rule is real. Law of averages does not lie. The law of averages does not lie. Yeah, Igera says the logo selection was incredible. Yeah, you were a part of that, man, along with a lot of other people that are watching. You were a part of that. So that was my favorite logo, says Lenny. Yes, I'm glad to hear that, Lenny. That's good, man. On Facebook Live, Tiffany says you will launch and be successful. That's what we're saying too, Tiffany. Trust me. Catherine says multi-million-dollar advice. I appreciate that, Catherine. Yes, we will succeed. We are staying positive, people. But I want you guys to understand the hard work. And many of you already know this, but those of you that don't, you may sit and wonder why. Like, let me tell you, when September 28th happens and this thing launches, it's not going to end up launching for one season. I know that the minute we get this thing launched, we're going to have longevity with this show. We're going to have season after season after season with this show. I can feel it. I know it. It's the right time. It's the right intent. We're building a platform to help others, and we're doing that in a positive way. Yes, we got to get paid for the work that we're doing, but this is all being done with the right intent. This isn't being done with, how do we just make money off of a product? This is actually putting our purpose and our heart and soul into a package that we're now selling. So that's different when you're actually taking your intent and your life's work and your purpose and you're packaging it. And that's what we've had to do. We've had to take, before we even got here, ladies and gentlemen, before we even got here, we tried so many different things, threw some stuff up against the wall, and it didn't work. It didn't stick, or it stuck for short term, and then it stuck for a little while. So we had to regroup. And then many of you know the journey. Many of you know that I went to NBC. I went to many friends in the TV business and pitched them this show idea. And many of you watched me Periscope a year ago when I was being told no. I was literally walking out of meetings with Periscope in my hand, showing you my defeat and showing you my frustration on my face. Literally a couple of times on social media, I broke down and cried because it was just that much pain and suffering going into this. So we've had to pivot. We've had to adjust. We've had to get back up. We've had to dust ourselves off. We've had to constantly keep fighting for what we believe in. So this isn't like it's not about just like a product to make money. This is a product that we believe is change. And from this change, we want to be able to get paid for the change and the platform that we want to build. But we're coming at this from a different intent. So this is all the hard work, right? To get to here, to get to like the sponsor stuff, and to get to like a media kit. So when we're now at the 20%, this is the 20%. And so here it is, 10 o'clock at night on a Thursday, and I'm going through LinkedIn trying to find sponsor leads. What happened to my music? I need my music. Hold on, guys. I don't know why Sonos cut off. but I'm feeling like I'm missing something. What happened to that? I was liking that. Yeah, there we go. Bring that back. So anyway, so let me get into how this actually works. Yes, they didn't see the vision, Dave, and you know how it is, man. You've been in the media business for a long time. Tiffany Rucker's in the house. Let's see. James Oliver, Catherine, JP. I'm shouting out people that I see on Facebook Live right now. All right, so here's how this works. You go into LinkedIn Sales Navigator. You put in a bunch of keywords. You filter out your database inside of LinkedIn, and then it will create for you a list. Right now, I have 448 people to go through. So I'm going to go through every last one of these, and if I see one that I want to keep as a lead, I'll click on Save as Lead. And then that'll save that lead into my lead builder so that I can follow up with them later. So I'm looking for company names. Vice President, international brands at Armstrong Eyewear. So I'm looking for company names, and I'm looking for the right position, is what I'm interested in. So this is hard work. Like I just went, like here's one that I would be interested in. Emily, let me get this. Emily Moxie. She's a second level connection. And she's a senior director of brand management at Adidas. Well, you guys know me. I'm wearing Adidas right now. You guys know me. I'm nothing but Adidas head all day, every day. So I'm going to go ahead and add her as a lead. So I'll go ahead and save her as a lead. Now, once it's saved as a lead, I can go into my leads box up here, click on that, and then be able to see all the people that I have selected as my leads. And then what I'm going to be able to do is start clicking on these profiles to find out, how am I connected to Emily? If I'm only a second degree connection away from someone at Stoli, how can I get to her? How can I get to Lori? Who's the contact that could potentially walk me in that door? If I want to get to mobile brand marketing at Samsung, who's in my list that's going to help me get to that? So Troy, what's up, Troy, on Periscope? This is LinkedIn. You're looking at a feature within LinkedIn that is called Sales Navigator. It's called Sales Navigator. And specifically, we're looking at something that is called the Lead Builder. The Lead Builder. So this is how I go in and start to try to find and identify contacts that I should be pitching. And I'm sharing this with you guys so that you guys can see how you could use this. This is something you do pay for, but I'm sharing this with you guys so that you can see how you could potentially use this as a way to build your business. Not everything should be not every product you develop should be focused at how much can I charge an individual for. If you have individuals willing to pay for your stuff, then that means you should have brands willing to pay for your stuff. And so you get to a higher level of success exponentially when you're dealing with brands versus when you're dealing with individuals. It's not to say that one is better than the other. Both are fine as revenue generators. It's just that people should be paying attention to both. It's going to take you the same amount of energy for me to pitch someone a $5,000 deal than it is for me to pitch someone a $50,000 deal. So why not just go ahead and pitch them the $50,000 deal? Spend the energy where you have the largest upside. A lot of times we're running around spending energy on the crumbs, and sometimes we need the crumbs to get by, and I get that. I've been there, know what that feels like. You guys know my story of almost going bankrupt and almost losing a car and a bunch of other bad stuff, and using Coinstar machines to get by. You guys know that we've hit rock bottom before in our life, so you already know that journey. But what I'm trying to show you now is, if you're going to put the energy out anyway, a common misconception when selling is that you think you can get more people at a smaller amount to come on board with your idea. And the problem with that is you're selling at what your idea costs. You're not selling at what the value of your idea is. And that is completely two different things. Selling your value versus selling what it costs are two totally different things. Here's the thing that's funny. The common denominator of all of this is that it still takes the same amount of energy. So, like, we had to think about this when we were being told no by the networks. Literally, this is what they told us. We even put it on the webpage. We put it on the site right here. Let me see if I can get this a little bit better. When we pitched the show about teaching people how to never settle to the networks, they told us it was too positive, too empowering, and that the show needed some controversy. These are real people of what they told me when I'm presenting our show to them in the boardrooms. In the boardrooms, these are what people told me. Mario, we love your energy. You're great on camera. We know you're awesome on TV. We know you're awesome in video. We know you got this thing called the Never Settle thing, and it's probably a whole movement, but that stuff's too positive. You know, no, they didn't say that to Ellen, Troy. But Ellen, you know, Ellen's not really doing what we're doing. Steve Harvey's not doing what we're claiming we're about to do. None of them are really doing what we're claiming to do. Ellen is more of an entertainment show. Yeah, she's got feel-good stuff about it. And Steve is doing a show, and I'm sure they feel like that show is helping a lot of people, but they haven't seen a whole ecosystem. Those shows don't care if you write stuff down. Honestly, guys, I'm telling you the real. I've been on these shows several times. They don't care if you write these tips down. They don't care if you actually learn something from the show and move on it. They're not going to check in with you and hold you accountable. No one's going to be on your ass about, well, did you actually make that call last week to try to make that thing happen for your dream? No one's going to follow up with you. And I don't know how we're going to do it once we get to scale. All I know is we're doing it in the club now. We've been doing it for several thousand people for over a year, and I know we can do it for several 100,000 people, because I know that once we build the platform, we'll be able to have a membership-driven site where people can become members and other people can coach those other members. And I'm not talking about fees. I'm talking about for free, because, again, we're going after sponsors here. So anyway, back to how this works. So what I'm going to now do, after I build up this list, right, is I'm going to go in to like Emily's profile, and then like this is the hard work. Now I gotta be like, okay, how well do I know Michael? If I know Michael that good, then I need to hit up Michael and be like, Michael, I need your help in getting me connected to Emily. This is the grunt work that nobody sees, that goes on behind the scenes. And so what people are gonna say when we end up launching this show, and we have like Samsung or somebody big sponsoring the show, or if we get Cadillac, or if we get American Express, people are going to be like, oh yeah, that should happen because he's the guy from the Today Show, so he should naturally just be able to get that. That's what people are not going to know what you guys are just finding out. Like people aren't going to even know, have any clue. The first thing they're going to say is, oh, of course they gave him a show. You know what I mean? Like they gave him a show. Like hell no, nobody's giving anybody a show out here. like I'm doing sales myself. Are you kidding me? Like I got a team. I got a sales team that's also like 3 people that's also working on this. But I can't rely on my sales team as the vision of this idea. I've got to own it myself. I can't put that on someone else to go do. This is the 20%. This is the 20%. This is all flash. Guess what, guys? This looks great. It looks amazing, right? But guess what? The group is called the Never Settle Club. You can find it on Facebook. Just go to Never Settle Club, find us on Facebook, and ask to join it. It's a closed private group, but we would more than happy to welcome you in. This is the 80% work. Oh man, the site looks great. Look at this video. Look at the video is I think it's top notch, man. The video is like, we go into explaining. Let me show you a little bit of it. Let me show you. We show you a little bit of the show. To help uncover the right ideas, the right tools, and the right steps for you to take to better your life. It's a show that has your back. It's about never giving up. Exactly, Joy. Because we're broadcasting live on the internet. So this is like the trailer video that explains what the show's about. Traditional talk shows are one way. They dictate the content to you from the top down. You don't get a say in shaping that show. We aren't doing that. We're the exact opposite. We want your participation to be real. Your beautiful face will be all on our Instagram wall right on the set. Really cool, right? And unlike typical talk shows who just have their guests come on and talk about their latest book, what they're going to do this weekend, or their latest movie deal, big deal. Our guests are going to talk about their struggles, their challenges, and their practical tips to success. Some of these tips are going to be close to the vest. We're going to get them to reveal that. You can't find that on any other show. We're going to have a DJ, live entertainment, fun giveaways. What more do you want? It's a party with a purpose. I'm ready. Are you? Let's go. So anyway, you guys just got to get a little sneak peek. You guys got a little sneak peek in there. I didn't show you the whole thing, but that's a little sneak peek. So all of these are different elements, guys. The video's an element. Going to Rachel Ray's studio and paying $20,000 to rent the studio to shoot our pilot episode. All of this costs money, costs time, costs energy. And like I said, a lot of this was done a year ago or more in some cases. So this is the 80%, everybody. This looks great, right? Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Rashonda. This looks great, right? Like everybody agrees. James Oliver says, dope. Linda says, this is so needed. Catherine, you made it look like friggin' Disney World, all the work behind the scenes. It's true, Catherine. That's a really good way of putting it. So now, what you want to do, guys, is when you're going in to pitch people, you want to set yourself up with the best materials possible. In other words, you want to be able to approach someone with your idea, with your product, with your passion, with your dream, with the best materials possible, because you want to walk into that room with the utmost confidence that it's their loss if they don't get on board, and that it's okay, because the law of averages will tell me that as long as we keep pitching, we will find somebody that will want to financially pay to be on the show. So it's harder than it sounds, because you're going to get a lot more no's than yeses. But what I'm getting at is, like, it took the 80% to get to this, which feels amazing. But guess what? It's not going to matter a damn if we don't get sponsors. Like, we got a date that we set internally for the company of September 28th. But if we don't get sponsors, September 28th won't happen. So obviously we're not looking at it like that. Obviously we're taking the glass half full optimistic approach. But I want you to see the work that's involved, so that when this does happen and we go on this show and help other people do the same thing that I'm doing and do the same thing that others are doing, like, this show is about access. At the end of the day, this show is about access. Aren't you tired of not knowing the secrets? Aren't you tired of everybody else that's in the club or in the group or in the know-how keeping that information close to the vest? Aren't you tired of not getting access to information that can actually make your life easier with the things you want to do? My job with this show is to only have people that are successful enough, but are transparent and authentic enough to actually share tips and secrets that make a difference. This isn't going to be a show where we just pander to them and push their book or push their product or push their movie. That's not what you come on to the Never Settle show for. You're coming on to the Never Settle show because you actually care about others and you've actually benefited in some way, and now you're willing to give that back. And you haven't had a forum or a platform where you could actually reach a lot of people to share some secret tip that's worked amazingly well for you that could probably significantly help a lot of other people. That's what this is all about. Like, I'm about to get choked up explaining it to you guys because I'm glad I'm not on camera right now because I'm on a serious pause. Like, I have no idea how I'm going to handle the first show. I can tell you right now, like, I'm a sensitive dude. Like, I'm straight up. Like, look, I'm from Baltimore. I can turn it on when I need to turn it on. Like, if I'm threatened physically or my family is threatened physically, I can turn on the Be More in an instant. Like, you know, I can get Be More real quick. I can get Baltimore style real quick if I need to, right? On the defensive tip. Like Troy Rawlings in the Scope knows what I'm talking about. And anybody on Facebook Live that's from Baltimore that knows what I'm talking about. You know I can go there if I'm threatened, right? But I'm not that type of guy, right? I'm just saying I'm a product of my environment, but I'm not that type of guy. What I am saying is I'm a soft, sensitive, caring dude that when the first episode hits, I gotta get my stuff together. It's gonna be game time, and I'm not gonna cry before I go on the air, but you will not find me as soon as the show is over, because I'm probably no, you know what? I'll probably get to crying out maybe a day or two before the show actually happens. But the bottom line is, because here's the thing, right? This is why I struggled so hard with the team on this. Notice how small Mario Armstrong's name is here. Notice how small my name is. That's done on intent. That's done by intent. This is all done by intent because it's not about Mario Armstrong. You understand? This is about the Never Settle show. It's way bigger than me. Way bigger. Like international, global bigger. Like, I want us doing events in other countries, helping other people figure out how they can really better their life and pursue their dream with practical tips that are proven to work. But people need help. People need inspiration. People need substance. People need motivation. People need practicality. People need to be given a roadmap. And then they need other people to give them support. They need other people on their backs holding them accountable. We all have access to information, but we all don't have access to accountability. And the accountability is what's different. And that's why I can unequivocally say that there is nothing else on TV or the web like what we're about to launch, because we look at it as an ecosystem. Whether you're a Never Settle Club member or you watch the show, once you get into this ecosystem, you guys have no idea, man. Like, this is a platform for many of you. Like, this is going to be the underdog's platform. We're going to be bringing people, not just celebrities, but also real people that are in the grind, people that are in the club, in the Never Settle Club, that are doing amazing stuff, people that are outside of the club, that are everyday people that have relatable stories, that have relatable challenges, and we are going to get all of these people to give us their best secrets to success so that you can apply that to your life. And that's why I'm saying this is bigger than me. Because really, this is just a show. But for us, we're calling it a platform. Because it's not a show. This is just one vehicle of many. If we do this right, this is going to be Oprah 3.0. If we do this right, it's Oprah 3.0. Like, it's straight up. What would Oprah do if she came out in 2016 with her talk show? Like, what would her and her team be thinking of with all the technology tools that are available today? We are going to be able to place your face on the show. People are going to get their passions, their dreams, their challenges, their opportunities on this show. We're going to break new talent. We're going to be the show where people are going to be like, if they were on the Never Settle show, that means they're about to blow up. Like we're going to be that show where we break people, where people that have been busting their tail, working hard to try to make it and haven't been able to get on national TV or really get on a platform that's huge. We're going to change that whole game. So somebody like Gluten Free Bartender is on Periscope right now. I love Gluten Free Bartender's app. When we are on this show, you don't think for a minute that I would want to help Gluten Free Bartender, who has a great app that helps people make mixed drinks that are gluten free. Well, I want to drink drinks that are gluten free, so this is personal and authentic to my story. So I'm going to definitely pump up Gluten Free Bartender. I don't know how. Technically, we should make Gluten Free Bartender pay for it, but that's what I'm trying to say. Technically, what a TV show would do is be like, oh no, we can't have Gluten Free Bartender app on without paying. No, that doesn't help anybody. If the only thing I can talk about on the show are things that are paying to be on the show, then where's the legitimacy? Then it's an infomercial. Everybody's paying to be seen. Then I'm not real. I'm just giving you stuff that some salesperson is telling me to say. Like, we're not running a show like that. Like, stuff's gonna be, I'm telling you guys, TV can't do what we're doing because of their limitations. TV cannot do what we're doing. None of the hosts that have a talk show right now cannot do what we're doing because they all are trying to make money first and then entertaining television second. And oh, by the way, if you learn something, oh, that's great. Because really, what they feel everybody wants is to be more dumbed down. That's really what they really think everybody wants. So, you see the 80%, and now you see me here working my butt off on the 20%. So for those of you that didn't catch this, basically what I'm showing is, here's how I'm trying to find and uncover in the gold mine of LinkedIn. I'm using a tool called LinkedIn Sales Navigator to help me create my leads for people that I'm going to reach out to. See, I didn't even know her. Nicole, VP Brand Marketing at Adidas. She's definitely being saved as a lead right now. And so all these people get added to my leads list. And once they all get added to my leads list, I can go right into my leads and then start to uncover how I can get access to them to then get on their calendar to make the pitch. So I just want you guys to see what the hustle that's involved requires. And many of you already know this if you've done, big projects like this and you've had to work, but I'm talking to those that haven't been here before, haven't figured out how to leverage sponsors. I just got finished writing a 6-figure tax check. I did not want to pay the federal government 6 figures, but we just did, unfortunately. James Hines is on Facebook Live. Joe Corbett's on Facebook Live. What up, Joe? So we got Facebook Live right here, and then I got Periscope right there, running beside each other. And you guys are coming to the tail end, but maybe you can just watch some of the replay or skim through it. Basically, what I'm showing here is how I use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to uncover leads in creating what is called a lead builder, or using their lead building tool to identify leads that make the most sense for us to go after. Because what we're doing now, we've done all the hard work to get our show ready. The site will be up in a couple of days for the Never Settle show. We've shot our pilot, we've done our homework, we've labored over this website of getting this thing up and ready for so long. We have the sponsor page is now ready for sponsors, which is really dope. We have a video that's done. We have the sales kit, the whole media kit that's now done and ready to hit the market, to hit the street. So no, LaDonna, the website's not up yet. The website's not up yet. So basically what I'm showing people is, now that we got all the assets and all the materials and everything is top notch and ready to roll, now it's time to actually get to selling. And that's the other 20% that's going to make or break this whole concept. And so we got to find sponsors, because we have, our smallest package is 50K. Our highest package is 200K. So now what we got to do is these are all the different segments of the show that will be in there. These are the different strategies for brands. They can get with us on brand awareness, conversions, inspiration, thought leadership. All depends on how they want their brand to be engaged. But what you'll see these little icons, the $, the light bulb, the thought leadership. Watch how the icons follow along with the packages. So, or with the segments. So see down here, they follow along. So if you want to be, if you want to sponsor Mario's Motivator segment, then that means you will more than likely get brand awareness, inspiration, and thought leadership are the 3 reasons to really be a part of this. Whereas entertainment segment is brand awareness, inspiration, and conversions. So those brand awareness pieces follow through throughout the whole kit, as you can see down here. So brands can quickly understand where they should probably be positioning themselves. So basically what I'm showing you here is, you know, the part of this is all done. Now we got to sell this puppy. Now we got to sell it. We got to sell that. We got to sell a couple of these. And we need to sell a couple of these. So that's what the kit looks like. You know? So it's all ready to roll, but that's the 80%. So that's why I'm kind of showing people this is the 20%. So that's why I was just breaking it down. I wanted to be transparent and show you guys the process and hope that in hopes that it would teach you something. Hopefully you can learn something from what we're going through. That's been the whole purpose of me scoping and live streaming on Facebook throughout the whole process. Many of you have been a part of the Lego. See, it's getting late. Of the logo selection. Many of you were a part of this process early on. Some of you remember how painful that was. So this is what we're about. This is what I do. I try to share what's going on in my life transparently if it's going to help other people in their lives. And that's why this show is bigger than me. That's why the words Never Settle Show is bigger than the word Mario Armstrong. Because this is the Never Settle Show. It's a platform for change. It's a platform to motivate, to impact, and to bring you guys real advice, real tips that's going to make a difference in your life. And it's going to be done with it's a party with a purpose, man. You guys know me. You know I love my music. You know I love my Adidas tennis shoes. You know I love to have fun. I can't wait for us to get a travel sponsor so that we can take like 50 show viewers and like fly to like a destination where we're going to do the show live from. Like, I'm not trying to play around and like do some little thing. Like in 2017, 2018, I want us to be doing destination shows that are at destinations. And oh, by the way, it's sponsored. So the first 50 people that meet XYZ qualification or that get into the contest and win, guess what? You know, we're flying on, you know, Delta Airlines because Delta sponsored it along with Amex, and everybody their flights paid for to go down to this destination where we're going to just have a ball for 3 or 4 days. I mean, this thing is like, this is not my show. Do you guys know what we call this thing? It's the first real-time talk show created for you and by you. Terry Johnson remembers, yes, the logo process was intense. It was, right? No, I appreciate you, Catherine. Let me blow this up so you guys can really understand what we're saying here. Because this is not what anybody else is saying. No one else is saying this. No one else is saying you can participate directly by shaping the segments as well as picking the guests, the entertainment, and the topics. Your questions for the guests will be asked live in real time through social media and phone calls during the interview. This is what I'm saying. Like, if you're on Periscope, we're going to be able to pull your Periscope feed up on the show set. If you're on Instagram and you want to do a 15-second question, we're going to be able to pull the Instagram video up on set. If you want to send it to us on Snapchat, we're going to be able to pull up Snap right up on the set. If you want to do it over Facebook, we can do it that way too. Over Twitter, if you want to call in on an old school phone line so you can hear your voice, we're going to be able to do that too. Like, like we're going to have so many cameras in this studio, it's going to be off the chain. So this is why it's a game changer. Like, I'm not even going to have a lot of note cards in my hands. Like, I'm going to have probably 5 to 6 questions that I definitely want to ask. And then the remainder of any questions is all being driven by you guys. Like, in real time. Like, I'm going to have social media. We're going to have social media producers in the show. We got like 3. We're going to have like 3 of them watching all of these feeds. We're going to be telling you how you can get engaged with the show, how you can interact with the show. But we want you to watch it live because that's where it's going to be the best, and how it's going to be the most amazing is to watch it live. Sure, you can catch it on replay, but we want people to engage in this thing live. Terry Johnson, yes, Gary Vee just spoke about bringing in video questions on his show. Yeah, I mean, it's just the way, and Gary's my boy. Like, he just hooked me up because I was talking to VaynerMedia about being our social media partner to like launch this. Because Gary and I go back. Gary and I we go back before Crush It. Like, a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that Gary Vee and I go way back before Crush It. So anyway, I was hitting him up, and I was like, trying to see if I got like a quick picture. I can't find it fast enough. But anyway, I was talking to him, and he was just like, yo, I know who you need to talk to really make it happen for your show, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it's going down. We're going to need all of your guys' help. We're going to need all of you guys to join. Once this thing is launched, we're going to need all of you to basically submit your name and email and join the list so that we can keep you abreast as to updates and developments with the show. But yeah, that's what we're doing, Michelle. Michelle on Facebook Live says it's a great way to use and integrate tech to elevate the talk show experience. Yeah, because it's not about us, it's about you. That's what's going to make it really, really, really dope and different. Thank you, Linda. Says it's very original. Catherine says you're so far ahead of the game. Yeah, you know what, Catherine, about that too, that's the scary part for Nicole, for my CEO. She's always worried that I've been a little bit too far ahead of where the market is. And she's got that same trepidation now. Like, are we too far ahead of the market? Is the market going to be ready for this? Are sponsors really going to be ready for this? And I really feel confident that this time the timing is right. And it's a painful thing to go through stuff when you're too early on something. It's painful when you're too late. And it's hard to time it just right. But this is like where we feel the talk show should go. So we're not worried about anything else other than making quality content that's going to impact your lives in a meaningful way. And the best way that we know that we're going to be able to deliver that is because you can participate directly with the show. You get to pick and shape the segments. You pick the guests. You pick the entertainment. You pick the topics. Like, how much more relevant can we make the show? Right? Like, how much more relevant can we make it? Like, what happens now, if you go on to a major show, any major talk show, they got editorial people that dictate what segments they're going to do this week, or what topics they think you want this week, or what things that they think you are interested in this week. They aren't asking you to inform them. And if they are asking you, they really aren't looking at it in a way that's going to shape the show. They're just looking at it to see if there's any trends. We're telling you to shape the show. We're basically saying, this is your show. You tell us what's important to you, and we will serve that to you. No one else is doing that. Gotta skate to where the puck is going to be. Good quote, James Oliver, my man. That's a good one. Yes, I know you meant that in a good way. Yes, Terry Johnson, I completely agree with you on Facebook Live. The network's afraid of this new way of presenting ideas. And that's why we want to be the first. And that's why I'm sitting here at, 10 o'clock at night looking at LinkedIn, getting ready. Because when this launches, which will be next week, when this launches next week, We're going to take some days off in the company because we are burnt out. Like the whole team is burnt out, except for the salespeople. Like they haven't had a chance to get burnt out yet. But now that we have everything done and the media kit's done, the sponsor webpage is done, the viewer webpage is done, the pilot episode is done. Now that we have like all 5 of those very important elements done and ready, we're gonna then probably push out a few tweets and stuff next week, a few scopes and a few Facebook streams to let you know that the site is live and you can go and join it. And then the company is going on a vacation. Like everybody's going on vacation for like 5 days. And then the following week, we are going to come back and be doing nothing but crushing sales. Like in brands' faces. Like you are an idiot if you don't get with this show. There are so many ways that we can integrate your sponsorship, your brand, your company into the show in an authentic, transparent way. You're an idiot if you don't get down with this show. Have your Armstrong spritzers ready. Yes, gluten-free bartender, we will, man. That's why I'm looking for a liquor/wine sponsor, because you know, we will have a studio audience. Like this is being done. Let me show you. I'll give you a quick glimpse. As to what the studio looks like. Let me see if I can pull it up really quickly here. Yeah, I'll give you a quick glimpse. The studio is going to have 40 to 50 people in the studio audience, as you can kind of see. Let me see if I can brighten that up some. As you can kind of see right here. So inside of this, wait, that's not it. Let me show you. Hold on a second. Nope. Yeah, that's part of it. Wait. There you go. That's a better shot. So being that this isn't going to be our set. Our set's going to look different than this, but this is the venue. I mean, look at this wood beam. Look at that wooden beam in there. There's exposed brick in this room. Let me see if I can find another shot. There's like exposed brick in this space. This space is an amazing, none of these are it. This space is an amazing, amazing space. So we're going to have our own set up here, but it's going to look really, really authentic and really, really real. And it's going to look dope. And it's going to look natural. It's not going to feel like those stale studios that you're used to seeing talk shows in. So I'm saying all that to say that when we have all these people in the studio audience here as part of the show, it's going to make for a whole different type of environment. And it's a looser environment. So we're going to have an experience inside of that studio space. There's going to be places for you to take pictures. We're going to have Snapchat filters built so that you can show your own Snapchat filter. We're going to have a step and repeat with a little red carpet so you can go ahead and take your pictures that that you came to the show. We're going to have product giveaways for people that do show up, special prizes and stuff for people. We're going to have a bar with hors d'oeuvres. So there will be like drinks being served so you can get your wine or your beer or your favorite mixed drink and be able to sit and watch the show like a grown adult if you want to have a drink and watch the show. Like I'm planning on bringing up a drink onto the set. And so when I'm on the set, I want to actually, that I'll tell you, I want someone to pay me for that. I want it to be Tito's vodka or Ciroc vodka or Stoli vodka or something like that, Grey Goose vodka, because that's my drink. But I will also take red wine as a sponsorship and have red wine on the set because I want my guests to feel comfortable. I want our guests to also take a sip and to relax and to not feel, this isn't like a 5-minute interview. The interview segment for the show, guys, let me show you something. Just so you can, this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is like no other show is doing this. Look how long the interview segment is. The interview segment alone is 14 minutes, guys. 14 minutes. The reason it's 14 minutes is because we want to get some depth. You understand what I'm saying? You can't get depth out of a 5-minute interview. These talk shows that are out now, they're segmented in a way that hooks up the sponsors. We're hooking up the content in depth, and then we worry about how we get the show paid for. So that's what makes it different. A 14-minute interview means I only need to really ask enough questions for 5 minutes, because really 2/3 of that interview should be all about the questions you want answered and you want to get the answers to. So you got 15 minutes with me on set. I want you to have a drink and chill out. I want you to be comfortable on set. All right. So anyway, I hope this was like extremely helpful for you guys. I appreciate you checking it out. I hope you guys also understand like the hustle and the grind that we're on, and why I'm trying to show you how we're using LinkedIn to empower ourselves to really go out and also find sponsors, and how I do have a sales team, and hopefully they're going to be able to convert. But guess what? I cannot rely on just a sales team. If I can't sell it myself, I can't expect someone else to sell it. And that goes for your products and your ideas. If you can't do it yourself, you shouldn't expect someone else to do it for you. Okay? So hopefully this was very helpful. Hopefully I kind of pulled back the layers. Gluten-free bartender on Periscope says this was very interesting. Glad. James Oliver says I have a few potential solid liquor contacts. Excellent, James. Really appreciate that, man. Catherine says you didn't get this far without a lot of work and talent. I agree with you, Catherine. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Janice on Periscope. Appreciate you guys. Shannon Griffith on Facebook Live. Thank you, guys. This will be available, in September 28th, and it'll be online. But we're also going to teach you how you can see this on the big screen TV. So it'll be on Apple TV. It'll be on Roku. And we're still trying to announce more distribution partners coming up. So we're grinding. We're grinding, guys, and we need your support to make this thing work. All right. Okay, guys, I appreciate it. I think I'm actually, because I'm kind of brain dead now, I think I'm actually going to go DJ for a little bit. So if you guys want to jump on over to Periscope and do a little DJ scope with me, I may do about an hour and a half. It's kind of a way for me to kind of like wind down. It's a meditative thing for me to just play music and to play it for other people. So I think I'm going to jump on Periscope in about 5 minutes and play some music. But anyway, hopefully you learned some tips and strategies on how I use the LinkedIn Sales Navigator. If not, watch this on replay, skim through it to get some pointers. If you need any info from me, just hit me up on Twitter, ask me any questions, and I'll get back to you guys, all right? Thanks for your support. Thanks for listening and watching. For those of you that are still here, that have always been here, that have been with me through the process, and for those of you that are brand new to this process, thank you for being a part of something that we think is about to be a serious game changer. And we cannot do this without you guys, and this is going to change the game. It's going to change the game, and we need your input, your advice, your concepts, your ideas to be a part of this. It's going to be your platform too, where you get to shine, and you as the underdog get a chance to get seen on a major show that can give you a really big boost for your products, your services, your passions, your ideas. All right? Web Girl, yes, thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate everything you continue to do for us to help make this thing successful, because it's not about us. It's about you. It's not my show. It's our show. All right? Pursue your passions relentlessly without sacrificing your morals and integrity. You know what it is. Queen Divine says, hello from Marysville, Washington State. Newbie to your scope. Thank you, Queen. Appreciate you being here. Make sure you follow me on Periscope. Also, make sure you follow me on Facebook. And join our club. If anyone hasn't already, make sure you go to facebook.com. Let's do some Inception real quick. Let's do some Inception. So this is the official Facebook fan page is official Mario Armstrong. So here we are. This is the live stream that's going on right now. That's funny. That's funny. But what you want to do is you want to go over to the club. What I really want to show you is the official Never Settle Club. This is what you want to join. That right there. So just go to Facebook and do a search on Never Settle Club, and You have to ask to join because it is a closed group, but it's all about people helping each other. We got a couple requests in here now, so I'm going to go ahead and add. I'm going to go ahead and add you folks in. Alda, Avis, and Sharon. Boom! You are now approved, and you are in the most positive club on the universe. In the universe. We're all about helping each other achieve our dreams and goals and doing it in a positive and supportive way. All right? All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. And pursue your passions relentlessly without sacrificing your morals and integrity. Peace out.